one of the biggest movies of the festival. I mean, how does that make you feel?
I don't know. Is it?
Yeah,
That's
definitely
awesome.
it is. I mean,
Okay,
the
cool.
press is huge. Why do you think it has such a huge kind of? Why do you think it's had such an impact already? Because it's out in the States already, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, it's came out in the States earlier this summer, and it seems to be doing extremely well. So I can't complain about that. I don't know. I don't know. People just seem to react to it. The idea was to make a movie that felt like the films I grew up watching. It's supposed to have this weird melodramatic, surreal sort of feeling that a lot of horror films don't have anymore. And hopefully that's part of the reason people connect to it. It's just that it feels like a warm blanket. Like it feels like one of those films that you grew up watching and you put on whenever you want to, feel like you're a kid again. But it is also something completely new and different.
Yeah.
So.
Just for anyone who hasn't heard about it, what is the story? What is the premise?
The premise of the film is it is about a couple who loses their son in a car accident, and they decide to relocate to a small town far away from the big city. And the house that they move into has some strange goings-on inside it. And very quickly they discover that these strange things that are happening aren't necessarily their son and might be something older and darker and creepier.
Okay. We read on IMDb that Lucio Fulci was a huge influence for you. Is that the truth, or is that just conjecture?
No, it's absolutely the truth. He's a huge influence on the film. I mean, right down to, all the characters in the film are named after actors or crew members from House by the Cemetery, which this film's a huge influence on. I mean, House by the Cemetery is about a couple that moves into a creepy old house and there's something horrible in the basement, which is the exact same plot of my film. There are a lot of, not only are there, those sort of topical sort of mentions, but the vibe feels a lot like Fulci. It's very melodramatic. It's very over the top. And it kind of verges on like drama and like extreme crazy splatter, which I think Fulci did oh so well. Like if you watch like Gates of Hell or The Beyond or stuff like that, we all remember like the crazy gory stuff, but like 95% of the movie is like this weird drama, and that was kind of the goal of this, was to make something that does the same thing. It satisfies the gorehounds, but it also gives something to like the geeks who just want a film that, like I said, feels like a warm blanket.
Right. Thank you so much for talking to us.
It's a pleasure. Yeah, so happy.
How you doing?